Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'll say it slower. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. Thanks guys for showing up again. For you return viewers, as you're known at YouTube, thanks for coming back. And if you're just now discovered this video and you need to subscribe and see more of it, subscribe to my channel. And everyone, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Now, with all that said and done, I want to start a new few episodes where I'm going to talk about a genre of films. As you know, if you've seen my channel, you know I'm really a big fan of film noir. You know, the classic film noir. But starting I don't know when this period started, as kind of a subgenre of like a neo-noir, like, you know, kind of like the 40s and 50s, but we're talking about 70s and 80s or something, or even in the 90s. So I'm not really sure when that started or when it technically ended, or maybe it's still going. Well, yeah, there's still neo-noirs, but I don't know, this new thing, this new kind of subgenre or whatever it is. Anyways, if you know a starting point or a movie or something that, you know, led the charge of this new genre, then let me know in the comments. But I got a small little stack here. These are some of the ones that I've kind of picked out to watch for this new episode. And a couple of these are new. I'll let you know if I haven't seen it before. But the first one I want to show, this is from director Lawrence Kasdan, who would garner a lot of prestige and stuff. I think it's the next year, when he makes a movie called what is that movie called? You know what I'm talking about. 1983. All the people get together. The friend died. Anyways, this is his first movie, Body Heat, and this stars William Hurt and Kathleen Turner, which she's rather a kind of a crazy sex pot in this movie. I don't know. I think this was her first movie, but man, she's beautiful. And this movie is just one of those movies you watch where it just seems like they're in a sauna the whole time, where everybody's sweating and and you know. But yeah, I remember this movie kind of as a kid. I remember not really watching it as a kid, but I just remember some of the scenes, like the scene where he busts open the door to get to her and stuff like that. You know, but back then, you know, I didn't realize that, you know, this was a neo-noir movie. I mean, it's a movie that's could have been made in the 50s, you know, very easily. Maybe toned down a little bit, but totally could have been made. But anyways, Body Heat, a little bit of backstory on this. This is Lawrence Kasdan's first movie. The Big Chill is a movie that I couldn't think of. But yeah, he would go on and make The Big Chill and Grand Canyon, The Accidental Tourist. I've never seen The Accidental Tourist, but I remember it being very lauded when it came out in like '88 or something. You know, I'm 12. I'm not really into, you know. But anyways, this is you know, it says the echoes of 1940s film noirs, but is charged with the energy and the passion that could only flare in the 1980s. But yeah, John Barry's score, and it's got a lot of good special features. It's got quite a bit for just a kind of a standard, you know, release. But yeah, there you go, Body Heat, really cool. This could pair well with like Angel Heart or something like that. You know, that's a movie I do want to see. I don't have it. I need to try to find it. But yeah, that's kind of a neo-noir, I would say. Kind of a horror movie. But anyways, Body Heat. Next up, this is a good old snapper case from back in the day, guys. We're going back to all the way to the beginning of DVD. This probably came out in 97 or 98 or 99. But anyways, this is a movie that was made in 1981, and it's kind of a loose remake of the 1946 version, which was based on a book called The Postman Always Rings Twice. This is the 81 remake by Bob Rafelson, and he's teamed up with an old buddy that they started out together in Hollywood. Jack Nicholson and Jessica Lange, which I think this may be her debut film too. But man, it's just a smoking hot story. I mean, of course it's upped a little bit because it's the 80s. But a lot of people kind of dumped on this version. I mean, the 1946 version was directed by Tay Garnett, with Lana Turner and John Garfield, which is one of my favorite noirs. And but I've heard different people say that that's not even a noir. It's not a noir, but I think it's a noir. But anyways, guys, and this is the remake of that, and people this one was supposed to be closer to how the book was and stuff. But I think a lot of people had a problem with this movie because of Jack Nicholson. They think he was miscast, that he's a little too old looking to be this, young, hot drifter guy, And Jessica Lange, I think, does a really good job. I mean, I think she covers all the bases of her character, and really, I think she does it. And she scores, I think. I mean, really good performance. I mean, cinematography by Sven Nystvist. I always mess his name up. Yeah, this was Bob Rafelson all over it. He doesn't do a lot of movies, but when he does, it kind of stands out. But overall, pretty low-key movie, pretty small. Not a lot of characters in it and stuff, but I still really enjoy watching it from time to time. I don't think it is as bad, as some people say it is, and it's not really like I'm just a devotee of The Postman Always Rings Twice. I mean, this one has its pros and cons, of course. The 46 version has its pros and cons, mostly pros. Of course, you got the book. But anyways, it's, of course they could even remake this now again, and it would just be, maybe it would lose something, it would just be too much of something else. But anyways, Postman Always Rings Twice. It's definitely worth a check out, definitely worth a watch. Next up, this was a kind of a low-key movie that I barely remember from back in the day. And I mean, it has neo-noir written all over it. This is a pretty interesting movie directed by John Dahl from, gosh, is this 2003 or 1997? 1997, okay. Red Rock West. This is the DVD version. This just recently came out. What's the Australian company? Imprint just released this big box of neo-noirs. It's, they're doing a neo-noir thing, and it's like, man, it's so expensive, and I think it's sold out or something. But man, it's got two movies I really want on Blu-ray. This one being one of them, and it's got One False Move. So I'm hoping maybe these will come out individually and stuff. Or I may just have to get that box set. But maybe it's my destiny. But anyways, Red Rock West. This was a movie I'd never seen. I kind of remember it from back in the day. Of course, you got Nicolas Cage, Dennis Hopper, and Laura Flynn Boyle. Which, this was, Laura Flynn Boyle, pretty popular during this time period after Twin Peaks and everything. Nicolas Cage still doing his thing, making some big blockbusters, some small movies. The next year, the year after this, is when he wins an Oscar or whatever for Leaving Las Vegas and stuff. So he's, you know, it's one of the many stages of Nicolas Cage's life. You know, he was kind of just doing his thing at this time. He wasn't so much a wacko. But anyways, you know, Dennis Hopper's really good in it. It's kind of a tale of a drifter comes into town. One thing leads to another. He can't leave for whatever reason. He sticks around for a dame or something, and, you know, trouble ensues. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, very, very interesting, very well-crafted movie. Red Rock West. And again, by the way, it's in a huge box set from Imprint, this Australian label, and it's a lot of money, and you got to ship it, and oh yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna get that. I swear I want to get that. But anyways, you can get that on Blu-ray from that set, but you can also get the DVD, which, you know, I remember when I found this DVD, it wasn't quite the cheapest one, because it seemed like it's been going for, it's not widely available, I guess. Okay, next up, guys, this was a movie just recently came out. This was, I bought it during the big July 2022 Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection 50% off sale. So this was one of the ones I bought towards the end there. This is by the director of One False Move, by the way, Carl Franklin. And this is a movie called Devil in a Blue Dress. This is from '96. Stars Denzel Washington as Easy Rawlins. He's one bad mother. There could have been a whole film series with him as this character and different adventures and whatnot. But yeah, it's based on a book by Walter Mosley. You got Tom Sizemore, Jennifer Beals, Don Chile, Maury Chafkin. You got music by Elmer Bernstein, of all people. Really cool photography by Tak Fujimoto. I'm going to point that out. But yeah, Carl Franklin, man, he made this one, you know, or he made One False Move, and man, One False Move came out and I was probably 15 or 16, something like that, and he had to go to this indie theater that was about 40 miles from my house, and so I had to get my dad to take me, and that's when the movie was out. And man, it was such a cool movie for 1992, because it was part of that whole new kind of a new filmmaker revolution took off. You know, you had Carl Franklin with that, and then you had Quentin Tarantino with Reservoir Dogs the same year. You had all these cool indie filmmakers just blowing up, just releasing like classic movies now. Just all this stuff was boom, boom, boom in 1992, 93, maybe even some 91 in there. And it was pretty much a whole decade of some really interesting movies that were made. A lot of cool filmmakers were born, you know. Some people had a cool debut but never made anything else, you know. But anyways, Carl Franklin had been around for a while. I mean, he was an actor for a very long time. He went back to school, or he did something where he got deeper into the film technical side and stuff. So he started, you know, he was working on Broadway and directing on Broadway and stuff. And then he makes a movie, I think in 1987, 88, 89, something like that. He makes One False Move in 92. Let's go back to that. I kind of got off that for a minute there, but yeah, the big boom year, he's lauded and everything and stuff. So the big follow-up, you know, 96, 90, what was it, 95, 95 actually. He comes out with this. Now, I didn't see this until probably about 20 years ago. I saw it a few years after the fact, you know, and everything, and I thought it was really good. And I had a Laserdisc version of it for the longest time. So getting this is an upgrade. I think Criterion's done a really good job with this. So some great artwork on the cover. And it's got a lot of special features on here, a lot of good ones. Now this had previously came out by Indicator in the UK. They put it out, and I'm not sure if some of these repeat from that one. I can't think of it at this time, but yeah, Indicator put it out, and I believe that's it. I don't think Eureka put it out at any time. But anyways, I waited to get it on Blu-ray, DVD, or whatever, and just got it, you know, waited for this Criterion edition. I'm glad I did. It's really good. I mean, it is a true modern day film noir. I mean, Easy Rawlins just wants to work. He just wants to take care of his house, make his house payment. He just wants he wants to live a very simple life. He doesn't want to be in trouble. He just wants his thing. He wants his peace of mind, I guess. And one day it all gets shook up. His whole world gets shook up, and it's 2 or 3 days of just hell for Denzel Washington. It's one of his great movies. I mean, he was just gold, you know, in the 90s. He's done so many good stuff. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I mean, this is a true... This would be a good... maybe pair this up with LA Confidential or something like that. You know, this is right after World War II. This is like 46, 47. So it's the post-World War, you know, year. So it's thick in film noir. But yeah, out of all these movies, this is the most traditional of the film noir, neo-noir. So really good. Devil in a Blue Dress. Pick that up. And finally, guys, this is a movie that was, man, this was a director's last movie. He battled with the studio for Final Cut. It turned out really sad. It ended up being his last movie. Talking about Hal Ashby, legendary director, editor. And this is his last movie that he made. This is a movie called 8 Million Ways to Die. And I mean, as you can see with the cover, it's very 1980s. But, you know, the movie itself is not that colorful. But yeah, it's definitely a movie from the 80s, the cocaine-fueled 80s. This stars Jeff Bridges, and yet, again, another excellent performance. How many Jeff Bridges movies have I shown? And they've all been just cool. I mean, they're just cool movies. I mean, he's just a cool actor, I'm sorry. Jeff Bridges. And it's got the great Rosanna Arquette in this. This is, what is this, a year? This is a year after Desperately Seeking Susan came out, which was a big hit with her. But yeah, it's straight up a film noir. I mean, it's a neo-noir. You know, a guy getting mixed up in something that he didn't ask to get mixed up with. You know, wake up with a gun in your hand, don't know what you did last night. Film noirs like that, unsolving this mystery. There's always a girl that's in trouble that kind of leads the guy in there. So this is one of the, with The Devil in the Blue Dress, this is one of the most traditional structurally film noir-ish, you know, which is really cool to just see an update, fresh kind of thing going on. But really cool. 8 Million Ways to Die. I mean, critics for a while kind of dumped on it, you know, fanboys always like, you know, we want the Hal Ashby cut, we want the original, you know, something that don't exist or something, you know, and everything. But, you know, watching this movie, it's really good. I mean, it has its moments, but I mean, I don't see any big deal with this. You know, it's not cheesy. It's not very dated or anything even. It really kind of represents a time and place, you know, with the characters and everything. But yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff on here. It's got some interviews with, newer interviews with, you know, Andy Garcia, Rosanna Arquette. It's got the writer. Got a great audio commentary, trailer gallery. But yeah, quite a bit of stuff for a Kino DVD. I think this is out of print. And I was looking for the Blu-ray, and every Blu-ray I found was just exorbitantly overpriced. So I was just like, but then if you look at the DVD, it's like $30 cheaper or something, you know. But you know, it's the same transfer. I mean, it's just ever so slightly not as sharp as a Blu-ray. But yeah, I'm highly satisfied with the DVD. Kino always puts out good stuff, and this is yet another good product from Kino. So there you go, 8 Million Ways to Die, great movie. Highly recommend that, guys. So yeah, so if you're like me, you like film noir, you know, you grew up in the 80s with all the detective stories, you didn't realize you were watching neo-noirs. So yeah, if you like the neo-noirs and film noirs and everything, then, you know, those are some movies you need to check out. So there you go, guys. So let me know in the comments what you thought. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'm Mike. You take it easy out there, and I will see you later.